All right, we're back. I don't even know where to start. I didn't film the very beginning of this video because I was still uploading yesterday's on doing the Peugeot bottle bosses and the Hella head lug and talking about this bike some. So we're back on the Allegro finally after probably a year or two. I sanded off all the stuff where I brazed this 4 months ago or something. Put it in the soak tank and got busy and hung it up. So I cleaned off the rust that was here. Cleaned up these guys a little bit. I think I just used silver and just kind of sweated it in. I didn't make big fillets or anything. One thing that was bugging me, I'm still like overthinking this. I overthink everything. I'm overthinking this bike. Sweating on which hub to use, the original 1960 can't be no record hub, or use these 1971 TPO hubs. And I put it on Instagram. Only 5 or 6 people read my post and commented, but everyone's saying TPO, and they're right. That's what I wanted to do. But the original one, man, I'm feeling guilt about not using the original one. So I'm going to use almost everything else original except for the cranks. Still going to use French cranks. That's strong lights. Probably still use some strong lights, but it's something slightly more modern that I can get, like different size chainring board. I don't know. I talk about it too much. Definitely use Stronglight 49D or the TAs. Got a real scruffy TA set. Wouldn't hurt my feelings at all to use. Wouldn't hurt my feelings at all. So we'll play that in a minute. But something I noticed is that this fork makes the wheels sit slightly crooked, so I just wasted like an hour. Some forks are easy, man. Some forks are hard. This French steer is slightly under 1 inch. Maybe it's 25 millimeters. Maybe it's slightly smaller than 25 millimeters. So it just would not clamp down tight my fork tool, so I always have to like hold a square across the crown at all times while checking everything else. I got to the point where I decided one of these blades, I think it is unraked slightly, so I put it in my raking tool. Break the blade. These blades are soft. They scared the crap out of me. Definitely old Imperial Oval. They're probably 531 or something. They are soft. I barely touched that thing and went, root, too much. So I ended up breaking the other blade a little bit and checking, and everything's like measuring perfect, except for the wheel won't sit true. So I just kept checking, and everything's perfect all the way down here, touching everything. I finally just had to come to the conclusion that I know it's the wrong thing to do, but sometimes you have to. Maybe it is the right thing to do. Maybe these things are crooked from the factory. I took a file and I filed out, like a millimeter out of this one dropout, so the wheel could just sit straight. Sometimes it's just the way it's gotta be. It is rainy and cold right now. It's supposed to be in the 60s. But I don't think I want to wait. I think I want to start building this bike. I just do. I know I haven't dropped the wheels off yet, nothing, but I want to get something done. So I want to get this fork straight. I have some clear spray paint. Should probably wait till it's warmer and drier and the humidity and blah, 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 and follow the instructions. I'm not gonna. I don't really care if it sticks very well. All this paint's all cruddy. I just want it to not rust instantly. So I'm just going to, I don't know, maybe degrease or rubbing alcohol the stuff. Maybe tape off these brake posts just a tiny little bit so I don't get paint where I want them. And I'm going to shoot this thing a little clear and fill the shop full of fumes. Not wait for it to dry. Start digging through the parts. I mean, we could do bottom bracket and cranks for sure, probably. We could definitely install those fenders. We'll make this bike very hard to put out of the way when we're not working on it. I think I want to do that. Yesterday I did go through and decided the clearance was just too tight in there. 650 B38s maybe pretty tight. I want to use these white Grand Bois I got for $10 at a swap meet. I have a nice set of Pacente, 38s. I just don't like them. They're too squishy and soft. They're for lighter riders. I think these old white Grand Bois are going to look great on this bike with all vintage parts and stuff. And they're 42s, so I went ahead and got my old school dimpler tool out because it's big and nasty, and made some dimples in these stays, and they bent real easy too. Even though it feels like I bent the shit out of them, I didn't gain very many millimeters. It's a problem with already dimpled stays. It's just like you can't really do much to make it more. It'll fit the 42s real tight with the wheel kind of far back on the dropout. I mean, it can fit in the very front of the dropouts with like a couple mils on both sides. I think I want to use them. I'm not going to use these wheels. I'm going to use the Campy hubs and have them laced because I had to respace after dimpling because you have to. It just shrinks the tube on the inside, not the outside. So it just sucks your rear end in tighter. So it sucked it down to about a 112, 113. So I relined it back to 120. realign the dropouts. After rebending and raking this 500 times, realign the dropouts, file this mill, realign the dropouts, so it should be good to go. So yeah, let's do some boring stuff. I'm gonna rubbing alcohol this and tape it off. You don't need to see any of that. Check back in. All right, that really took like 30 seconds. It's bad, I can still see crud. There's some rust in it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This bike does not have to be ready for powder coat or real paint. It's gonna stay scruffy. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I was like, oh, what if I want to change another braze on? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You can do it anytime. I can go with sandpaper in 30 seconds and get rid of all of this spray paint. So the bottom bracket, I just put a little bolt in there. Oh, this is going to be running in terrible. 2 years auto body paint school. 2 years. So heavy. Ugh. I'll get my phone. It's sticky forever. Still thing's going on so heavy. It's runny and drippy. I don't care. Usually you want to do like a stay 12 inches away, hold the cap the whole time, and do like a pass. And then come to an overlapping pass. Come to another overlapping pass. Trigger discipline, we called it. Not me. Not this bike. That's it. I would do something to seal the rest of the rust. I'll wipe the whole thing down and move or something later. All right, that's it. It'll probably take hours to dry in this. It's 40s raining. See in my breath. Super humid weather. But whatever. We will start playing with it in a minute. I'm gonna dig out some parts for it. I think it'd be fun. I have a private stash of stuff I'm hoarding for myself. I could do like a Sunday salvage sales type video of just stuff that I'm hoarding. Talk about how nerdy and cool it is. I'm gonna have, a couple weeks off of my surgery thing. I might do that video for fun. I already did pick up another bike yesterday for the Sunday salvage sales video I went and bought on Craigslist. It was so weird. I'll talk about that. I am sorry. I think I've already put you guys through this video 2 years ago, but a lot's changed. I gotta do it again. So I pulled some stuff out of my pile and to go through and make sure it's actually here and see if it'll actually work. But I want to look at it and show you guys some of it. Where do you even start with something this crazy? Stems. So I have 6 or 7 French stems now. I believe this old, really crusty looking Philippi came with this bike. It's nice and long. It's got a pretty cool mill remo. It kind of looks the same. It's the same style. Open backs. I honestly usually like a pretty dang long stem on an upright or cruiser rebar. So I will probably end up going with this, but things I don't know about it are about the bar. So I guess we should get into that. Here is an old French bar off a little French bike. This might have called it. No, it doesn't have junk. It was something. So the French bars, the problem is they're very narrow. I mean, it was a drop bar, might be the right width. Very narrow, and this is so short. I can barely get my hand on here. You have to have the lever and the curve, so all the little French levers actually have some curve to them. I guess I could do that. I guess I could put the thummy way up here. Speaking of thummies, that's the one part I can't find. I have a new old stock. Came to me a big lot of stuff. New old stock Hooray stem shifters just to right. So it's 22.2 clamp, I think. So I was going to bring it in here and see if it'd fit on some of these bars. And if I do a one by, I can just use that. It's not the simplex shifter I want to use, retro friction, all the coolness. But it would be cool and just work fine. And eventually I could always use the simplex. I want to find a vintage French down tube shifter Boss sprays on. I might even buy a UO8 or something, sweat the thing off, steal some more French parts I'll never use, and braze it onto a small clamp, little clamp around here, and make my own thumb shifter clamp. But I'll be too cheap to have chrome, so I'll probably clear coat it or something. So I got this weird little guy, so you can see the difference. This is the bar I want to use. This one I got at Bike Farm for free a little while ago. It is really rusty and scruffy. It's got goo all over the handle, and I'm pretty sure it's bent. This is the least valuable bar of all times. A bent, heavy, chrome steel, super rusty bar. Worth $0. I love it. I want it. I want to see if I can use it. I will have to try. Oh yeah, it's got a good hit right there. Nice big scrape there. Oh, nice big scrape there. I have to put it on my alignment table, but I feel like maybe this side was pushed in a little bit. So I might just clamp this in my stand, put a big cheater bar on it, do some measuring, and get it close enough. I'll never tell. People are always like, oh, I put the thing on a glass table and it's got this much wiggle in it. And you can't tell while riding. Unless something's bugging you, your body's more screwed up than that. Everybody knows broken their collarbone bends all their saddles and bars because they're carrying their weight weird. They can't tell it's like so a little bit off. I mean, have you ever checked the alignment on a brand new Nitto bar? I've seen many brand new Nitto bars, drop bars, flat, whatever, over a quarter-inch off from the factory. Everything's handmade there, man. Putting jig and bent, and it's pretty close. It's eyeballing it. No one cares. So this guy, this is in my. Let's probably keep it in this bag. Pile. Oh, I was gonna check this Felipe stem. You want to see if this Felipe stems gonna fit? Handy dandy Harbor Freight calipers. They're really saying barely 25. I don't know. There's really only one way to tell. It's all French stuff. This is supposed to be 22.0. This is supposed to be 25.0. So not normal sizes. Undersized for sure. I don't want to touch that bar. It's so sticky. Here's another bar I got at the old salvage sale for pretty cheap. It's a Schwinn bar. I love these old 70s. Like varsity. Look how big and ugly and weird this is. Bro, I have another old chrome one in there too. I want to see. I just want to see. I just want to see. I just want to know. Just want to know. It's trying to tell me no right now. Oh, this does not want to fit a 25.4. I could very much ream this out slightly. I think I have a 25.4 reamer. Just barely. Wasn't expecting this machining to be that good, France. A lot of French stuff is loosey-goosey and totally wrong size. Just from factory sloppiness. Just for giggles, let's check. This is the one I think Curtis gave me last week. It's kind of narrows. It's kind of flat. He ordered on Temu or something, thinking it was aluminum and it was chrome. So I'm going to use it. Oh, God, this one really might fit. It's too tight. Try expanding this wedge a little bit. It'd really be smarter to ream it out. Oh. It's breaking my heart. Let's try it on this really gross bar. It really needs to have all this black gunk cleaned off of it. Oh, it's so gross. Magically fit, magically fit, magically fit. What's the tightest one yet? Still putting this in my definitely keeper pile. Let's check this Remo. It looks later, 70s or cheaper. Yeah, this Remo, dude. That's loose as crap on this Remo stem. It's also definitely made for a 25.0 bar. Loose. Wait, this is the bar I want to use. I'm confusing myself? Probably. Tight on this guy, but fits. So, you know, stuff might come right down to it. I might have to use different bar, different stem. Ugh. Shall we try it on this gross bar? Oh yeah. Oh, it's so loose. Oh my God, it's dangerously loose. Little French stuff. So maybe we'll go more Remo with this bar. It's pretty short. So I have some options for the bottom bracket too. Of course, nothing's where it should be. This is the original Stronglight Swiss threaded bottom bracket from the late 50s. You know, the cups have like a little bit of Brunel in them. I thought it was the end of the world, but it actually barely looks like I never even cleaned this cup. This cup was stuck in this frame for like 2 years, and I finally got it out. There's no reason not to put it back in. Lol. So I got that. I believe this is the correct spindle. It doesn't say anything on it, and it has almost imperceptible amount of Brunel. I don't know why I thought this was dead. This is totally fine, especially for a beater bike. But I also have some Swiss cups. These are IRD BB Swiss alloy cups. They'll go in any generic Taiwanese style bottom bracket like this Velo Orange French thread. These cups will just push right off, and you can just use these Swiss cups. So I can make this work. I can make probably any of the Tongays or other weird stuff, RPMs. You can make lots of other stuff work. So we have the options. I want to use the original one because it's cooler and it's a lot less dead than I thought it was. So I have this old, it's a little bit rusty and crusty, a little bit chrome TA water bottle cage. This goes, I forget, with some small clamps, 22 millimeter clamps, 22.2. It goes on the very front of the bars, so I really might do that. I love having the beer holder right out front. There's also some old rusty, crusty TAs that are regular water bottle bosses, and they have a cool clamp built in. It's a little double rail clamp, the TA logo in the middle, and just goes around your French tube. And I haven't even measured those tubes. I don't even know if they're French. All the parts on it are can't be. Maybe it's not even a metric tube set. I don't know. I don't have one. There's a few on eBay for $35 for rusty, crusty, beat up ones. I might get one, or I might just pop some water bottle bosses on it. I just use a Velo Orange cage or any other Energy French cage I ever find. I might use that on the old bars. Speaking of bars, brake levers. So I do have, Mayfac did make a set of levers like this. You usually see the ones that are like white plastic. I have a bag of them. Some of them don't have the balls broken off or anything. They seem too cheap in 70s to me. I do have a few of the actual Mayfac. This has the Mayfac logo right on it. It's all silver, all steel. I've seen 3 sets of these in my entire life. I bought every single one of them. I think I bought a whole bike from Salvage Hill for $35 for these levers. I paid over $100 for the other 2 sets. This also has a cool, got some small barrel adjusters, cable stops, a cool seat post binder bolt, and it's got a weird rear cable stop that goes through the seat post bolt and has a pulley on it. So yeah, I think this came off like a little mixie or something. They say Mayfac on them, so they're definitely hotter. I'm definitely using Mayfac brakes, so maybe. But I bought some really cheapy bike. I don't know what it was, but it had these levers. They don't say Mayfac. They're very much a ripoff. They're still all alloy. They're still pretty gorgeous. So I might use them. I think I might use those real Mayfacs. Building this bike for me, stop being cheap. Stop wanting to use cheaper versions of stuff that still looks, I'm still looking in the bag of stuff that's still on the bike. I found this other little guy. It's also another cool Energy Frenchy binder bolt with a little shorty Mayfac depose rear cable stop. It's real short. You usually see these longer. I think I have a couple other options. We'll set that aside for now. Pedals. This is a cool set of Lyotard dress cap. This one's missing, but I know I have a couple other sets of pedals I can steal it off of. I think it's French threaded. These are steel, but they're one-sided. They have like the little V-grooves. They have this cool little, body in there. These toe cages are ale. They're definitely too short. They're mediums. I'm sure I have some Christophe extra longs. Because of the style pedal, you kind of really need to use toe cages, especially it being single-sided like this. There's not much grip. Cheap plastic BMX style pedals are still really the best. They'll be so out of place on this bike. So these pedals are cool. They seem kind of long. I also like these pedals. These are old French pedals. They're also Lyotard, different style. Yeah, this pedal's like a lot longer. Like inches. So I might like this. I have a really wide foot. What I did on my old PX10, I did a video on a couple of years ago, is I got a set like this. This has an alloy cage. So I take the alloy cage and I cut this big lip off, and I cut this lip flush. And I usually go in and sharpen these little teeth so I actually give you a little more traction. So I sort of sit on this. I can come over too far here. I can come all the way over and sit on this. This would be like stabbing between, like in the middle of my foot. You know, my pinky toe is like over here. So I have to file this at least flush and put some teeth in it. So I might do that too. They're pretty cool. They're lighter. The alloy cage makes them cooler. Also missing the dust cap. Like I said, I grab every vintage Leotard dust cap I can find. I buy every set of cheap pedals. Like most of these are from Sunday salvage sales. Like, oh, it's just old kids' bike junk or Schwinn or whatever. Like, I don't care. So I buy any set of these, really, even just for the dust caps. Like, ugly ones I know I'll never ride. I have a beautiful set in there with like the real sealed bearings, like the real screw-on cap. It's like a big screw. Too narrow, and steel cages. I can't modify them. Of course, I should probably eat it. They're probably worth money. This, I believe, is the rest of the headset. Strong Light Competition headset for my Swiss bike. Why didn't I save a ball bearing though? Usually when I throw headsets in the bag, I always throw at least 1 or 2 of the ball bearings in, so I know what size they are. Now this is beautiful. It's like the same top cap as I put on the Jeton. Little 4 holes in the knurling. That probably wasn't a real. It's probably like a mint condition Strong Light Competition one. It's put on the Jeton to sell like a fool. I got these. These are 2. I don't think they're super long. They're a little shorter, a little chrome, a little threaded. They're like the rear adjuster limit screws for the campy dropouts. I may or may not use them. I usually don't. I'm a little scared. I've definitely broken off that tiny tap, trying to tap those things out. Oh, so I might just avoid them. I have this cool IDL saddle clamp that I got out of the Sunday salvage sales. This is in the bin of random junk hardware they're going to throw away. A little chewed up. It says IDL on the front. You definitely won't be able to pick that up on the camera. If I didn't already have a seat post, if I was going to go all French, like I thought I was going to switch to all French except for the Campy Tipo hubs. But this bike did actually come as a complete bike with all Campy pre-record, no record stuff. So I have this scruffy. It's not even that rusty or scruffy. I think I cleaned it and scrubbed it a little bit with a brass brush. 26.6 Campy, no record seat post. I'm going to go with the rear derailleur. Might well go with the seat post. So I have options. I can get a 26.6 cheap alloy post, polish it, put this on the top. It'll look like an old chrome one. It'll look great. So these are both going into the bag. Putting too many options in the bag. Speaking of derailleurs, this is the original rear derailleur. This is gorgeous. This is a Campagnolo Grand Sport brass. So it's heavy. It's all brass, not aluminum. It's like double the weight. You can even see like where it's got a scruff. It's brass underneath the chrome. These things are cool. It's got a barrel adjuster. It's got stuff. It's got the shortest cage known to man in the entire dang world. It's got the original steel pulleys with just like little ripples on them, real ball bearings. So you can actually like adjust these things. Just gorgeous and insane. This thing was probably made for like maybe a 22 tooth or 24 tooth freewheel. It still works. Steel bolts. So cool. Barrel adjuster with a lock nut. So I might try this. I have no idea if it's going to fit the freewheel I got. I'll show you the freewheel I got. This big boy Sun Tour. This used to be like the gold Pro Comp. I think this is one of the cheaper ones that no one really cares about. But there's really not much wear in any teeth except for the very middle one. It's a big boy. It's got to be at least a 32 on the outside. I don't know, but Nova record derailleurs have had good luck getting way too big of a freewheel to work on them, just magically. It's also have this really scruffy, crusty Novo record derailleur. It says patent on it, but doesn't have a date stamp. So this might be a really early one, like 68, I think was the first year for these. And then I think by at least 70, they had them all date stamped. Yeah, I've had really good luck with these. So I don't know, I'll keep it in here. Can't be Novo record. Alloy, parallel, is still in great shape. These things, man, these things can look so bad and still just shift better than any derailleur you've ever seen in your entire life. 1,000 times better than any Shimano. Fancy electronic SRAM stuff. Nova record, dude. It's true. I also, when I thought I was going French, I wanted this long cage, so I found this Hooray Duo Part Eco, but apparently these are from 1980. It's a little less cool. They also made these in titanium versions with the cage plates for tie, a bunch of the bolts. This is all steel, like, so it would be a lot lighter. Never had one, they're expensive. Found the Duo Part Eco, it's missing a little plastic dust cover, but I bought 2 broken ones of these recently because they had really nice dust covers. So I might steal that for it. This would have been way better for that Jeton, but I put all Japanese stuff on it to make it easier. But I guess I will put it. And then I have 3 derailleurs in my final choice bag. This freewheel, don't chew up any of my parts, freewheel. What else we got? Oh, I've talked about these on the videos a few times. So this is a new old stock TA Pro 5B's 36 tooth outer chain ring. And you can't get them this small, I don't believe, except for as a tandem timing ring. So they go on the other side of your tandem from your normal crank, so you just put one chain between these on your non-drive side for your timing chain, so everyone has to pedal exactly the same rate all the time. Oh, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But these brats are all 3 mil, and their road stuff's all 2 mil, so 3/32 versus 1/8 inch. So you can see I have another, here's a used 35, but it's an inner ring, so I would need an outer ring on this to use as a bash guard, or let's get a small outer ring, just make it a super compact double. There's no reason I have to make this a 1x. There really isn't. There really isn't. Except if I have to make my own shifters or find some 80s hooray like thummies. Not as cool. But it's, I don't know if you can tell on the camera. You can see the difference in thickness. So this is like machined way, way, way down to only be 2 millimeters thick, and this is barely machined down to really be like 3 millimeters thick. So this will not work without a machinist taking this down, or a total psychopath taking this to the bench grinder very carefully and trying to grind off a millimeter. It's totally psychotic. I should really find a machinist who will just cut this down for me. I'm sure they could chuck this up and some sort of internal jaw thing on the lathe of the block and get it totally flat. Just come in with a parting bit or something. And just cut these teeth down a millimeter. I impulse bought this on eBay a little while ago because it was too cheap. It is a Pro 5B's inner ring, new old stock in the package, 30 tooth. 30 tooth. I could get little. I can make this bike so slow. I thought it was a 40 outer, but I think maybe I'm watching a new old stock 40 outer or something. I could do 40 35. I could do 40 30. I mean, my random bike I got 44 28, I think. This I need to go through. I think this is the really crusty set of Mayfac brakes my friend gave me that's missing one spring. Stop falling apart, I'm trying to show you off. So you can see like this, there's just no chrome left. That's got a lot of chrome missing. I can clean them up a little bit. Rusty in the middle. These are the shorter ones, so I think they're the Criterium cyclocross brakes, so the really wide tandem one. Got really popular for mountain bike stuff in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. So I have to go through, I think these are missing one spring. I found a new old stock set of springs for these. Way too much on eBay, and I bought like, I think he wanted like $100. He put them down to 60. It was my friend Barry who had all this Bonotto stuff and new old stock stuff I got, and all the dropouts I got. So I bought those, I don't know where I put them. And I also think I found a little bag with 4 of these springs at Sunday Salvage Sale. I don't know what they were. I'm like, oop. And then I think I got another bag of springs that might have 1 or 2 there. So between them all, I might have it. This is that new old stock Stronglight 118 marquee bottom bracket that I got from salvage sales the other day. It's not US stock. It's definitely been used, but barely. It's like a takeoff. So I grabbed this spindle because maybe if I want to use those Swiss cups and that bottom bracket's dead, this is a different link. You know, maybe I can do some chain line adjusting funness. That's got to go in here. Here is a bag of springs. I do not think this is the new old stock ones, which are probably still in the original shipping package somewhere. There's 1 gold one and 2 silver ones. The silver ones are both the same side. And I think the gold one is the opposite side. It's also much smaller diameter. Who knows what's going on with these springs? You know, you just don't know. I definitely to open this up and see. I think, yeah, it's got. They look like the smaller diameter. That works. They're all rusty and crusty. So grab these, thinking they may or may not be Mayfac. Could be any other weird random break. They don't look like anything I've ever seen at Diacom. No, that's the same length as that gold one on there. Let's look at the actual set. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I've had these springs for a long, long time. I want to see if they are the right thing. So the Mayfac has this really dirty little rusty spring. Backside of the brake. I think the spring, yeah, goes in that hole. You know, a lot of the Diacom's things that just sit underneath, but I think this goes in the hole. And then it has the single pivoty thing there. So these dark brown ones are original ones. Let's compare. This might be all the right things in this random third different set of springs I got for them. Let's check it out. Does she plug in? Does she fit? Yeah, it's fit. Plug in perfectly. Perfectly. And they're a lot less rusty and crusty. Not that it really gonna matter that much. Okay, so this is heaven. I'm so glad I found these springs. I'm so glad I knew exactly what they were, or thought I knew. This is exciting as shit for me. I hope it's not super boring for you guys. So right now, I am at 4 matching pairs. I could do 2 bikes with just this bag. It's not random. It's all matchy pairs. Mayfac Criterium. I did get another set of these Criteriums, new old stock off eBay for too cheap. I still like over $100. Sometimes they go for a lot more than that. So too cheap. They're too nice for this. I'm gonna save them. I have a set of new old stock strong light cranks. We're at 80s ones. Found one tiny ring that'll work perfect for it, like a 36. And or 34. It's cool. I got a new old stock set of the Mayfac Canties. Should I show you? You want to see them? I don't know. I hadn't seen these in a long time since I bought them. I just found them the other day. I'm like, oh, that's where I had these. I'm going to show you this. You can really see the shocking difference. Bright, bright silver. Brass bushings. I think that's chrome. I think the rest of it's kind of galvanized. But you can just see how gorgeous these things are from the factory, comparatively. Those crusty bolts. Look at that brass in there. Oof. Oof. Gorgeous. This definitely have to go on a show bike. Definitely a show bike with all new old stock French stuff, which might take me a while to build up. I think that's all the springs in there. Looks like the hanging wires are here, but maybe not the actual hangers. Which is fine. Maybe some reverse ones or something cool. I never even opened this, but I don't even think I've ever looked inside here. Okay, so inside here, all new old stock, high polished chrome bolts. The brand new springs is galvanized or chromed. It's so pretty compared to the super rusty ones. Ugh. Good, gorgeous. So I'm not 100% sure if these match. I know the little one matches. 3 extra sets of these. 3 of those. So many things. Let's go on to the next thing. Here's a set of strong light rings. I think they're both huge. I think it's like 45, 52 with the bolts. I think it came off of this crank I went and bought pretty cheap off Craigslist, 170, French threaded. It was really wing nutty. Some guy who was an engineer, careful, anytime somebody says they're an engineer, I'm kind of an engineer, drilled a zillion little holes in this and threaded a zillion little tiny English standard bolts and nuts to make his own tripleizer off the back of that middle ring. Or off this ring, so there's a little other weird old French rings, 3-bolt, it's crazy. But this is a 38 tooth. If this was any smaller, if this was a 34 or a 36, I think this is the crank I would use on my bike. I really do. It's strong light, it's old, it's scruffy. You know, it'd be easy to use this on the outside as a 1x, it'd be easy to use on the inside of this big old ring. Because they line up, and not this outer one way too far, this inner ring would be very easy to cut to make a bash guard. Just cut, 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 you don't have to file, and cut just right there at each of these 6 points. And that would make a nice little, pretty bright silver still. This is pretty bright silver. It's got the fun drilling a minute now from the guy. 38, I don't know. Well, if it's just gonna be a shop bike, I think. My 38, my big cassette, I'd probably be in the easiest gear half the time around here, anything resembling a hill. And I have to avoid real hills. I got old man knees, I just can't stand and climb anymore. I just can't. But I think this would really be a contender. This is a set, this is the ones that came off the bike. So they're very interesting. So they have like this big star pattern, but the holes are much smaller. It's got tiny little chainring bolts, and I guess I could drill that out if I really wanted to. So I could use the more modern strong light ring. Or I could just use this crank, it doesn't matter. Super Competition, made in France, 170A. Super Competition, made in France. This one just says, made in France, Model Depose. So this is probably cooler, and it's got the 490D style arm. I love that arm. I've broken every one of them I've ever ridden. Cracked them through here, cracked them through here. I think I broke one off right here once. Very expensive, very lightweight, very fancy cranks just break. And the rings in here were just absolutely massive and huge. Just got the dust caps, got all the chainring bolts. Like just massive rings with a small bolt. So I'll never find the ring I want for this. Although I should probably look, because maybe I will. You know, eBay's crazy. Here, this was a low-end, like Mercian, Motorbicane, something that was at a salvage sale, so I didn't look. I missed it. Someone at some point had taken the old cotter cranks off or whatever and put on this immaculate set of Stronglight 49Ds. With the bottom bracket, I told the kid I wanted it real bad, if he was going to sell it or didn't want to fix it up, it's all weird in French. I parted out I wanted these cranks. And he had a bunch of questions he wanted to ask. He's a kid who's like just learning about bike mechanic stuff. He had the bike, so we brought the whole bike, pull all the little stuff he wanted, like the racers and stuff. Like I don't care about it all. Brought the bike over the frame with just these cranks and gave it to me towards future question asking and help. I'm like, thanks, man. So I pulled it off. I bet these things are new old stock in the box, sitting around for 20 or 30 years, and someone's like, oh, this old French bike's broken. Oh, I have this. Just put this old French crank on. Anyone else wants it? So the 49D has the skinny arm with the flute logo, but instead of having the big spider where they're chaining bolts onto, it's got the TA style little teeny tiny 50.4 millimeter spider. So you can take these rings off and put on any TA rings you want. And TA made the rings in every size in the world. So these are absolutely fun and cool like that. They're correct French bottom bracket in really good shape, correct bolts, correct dust caps. These are so nice. I might spend a few seconds on the polishing wheel and put them on a show bike. Like they're not a chain drop, not a scruff or scratch on them, man. But again, the rings are huge. I'm sure it's like 52, 45, or 42 or something. Just too big. And that Motorbicane only, I mean, they're dirty. They rode this a little teeny bit. But there's like no chain rub, no shift wear, no nothing. I think they rode the big ring for a while, realized they had to shift from the small ring and never shifted again. I love them. Love them. Probably not for this bike, but maybe. This one's actually kind of more fun because it's scruffier. And it's nothing special. It's maybe worth 50 bucks. That's probably worth 150 bucks. Maybe if I can find a smaller thing. This I thought was the rest of the headset, but I think that other one we already looked at is actually the rest of the headset. I think this is the whole other Stronglight competition. Oh, with the ball bearings, yeah, save them. I think this is a whole other complete 49D headset with the wrong front cable stop. I wonder if this came off of that same Motorbicane or something. It's probably all French threaded and stuff. This is exciting. These Stronglight competition headsets aren't going for much on eBay. I saw a whole bunch of them in good shape going for like 50 bucks, 45 bucks. But man, when you need a French headset, do you want to go troll eBay, pay $45 and $17 shipping? I don't know. Or just a little bit of wood. This is a weird bag of stuff I found at Bike Farm a while ago. It's like in the shifter bin. No one knows what it is or cares. I grabbed it all. So front is a Novo record derailleur. She's got the totally flat lip, so it's like pre-CPSC or whatever, so pre-74 or something. So this bag, there's no lip front derailleur. These are amazing for TA cranks. It's got the long body in here, but doesn't have the cable stop. It's probably early 70s. A little rusty, a little crusty. This would be perfect. I'll have to check the clamp diameter. I still haven't measured that. What's this know, like, is you is or is you ain't French? So I'm getting 25, 26, 27. I'm getting 28 and 28. Getting 26. So I think this is French. We'll have to try some clamps on. English and Japanese and all that is 28, 6, 25, 4 versus 28, 26 metric tubes. Why do the 0.4? It's a metric tube. Just do it on size. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense, and it makes everything else under this bike more complicated. Here's some cheap old Grand Sport. And there's this cool old front derailleur. Campanolo. Metal cage, it's like galvanized, it's like none of it's even chrome. Same thing, bottom pole, it's got a stop and a little thing, a little adjuster so you can just shoot this thing all awkward. So before this, I think all the front derailleurs were suicide shift ones. Reach down with the lever. The earlier Cambio Corsas were the same way. They lever on the stay, on your seat stay, going down to your derailleur that disengaged your freewheel from your hub. So your whole wheel could like move back and forward, and that's what changed the gear. Insanity. If you ever looked into Cambio Corsa stuff, you should. It's nuts. So this weird campy one, I don't know if it's the right era or not. Weird early campy shifters. They look more like record. They don't look like Grand Sports. Grand Sports is a weird dome thing. Chrome is crusty. It's got cable stops on it. This is pretty fun shifters, but these are pure friction, and I believe the worst shifters ever made. Everything else Campy ever made was the best. The shifters were the worst. I have never been able to use it on a bike and like them. Every time I stand or flex or crank, the cable thing just pulls the shifter. There's nothing. I'm all about those power ratchets, all about those retro frictions, things that have like a spring tension so don't slip gear when you flex the frame. And another Campy. Oh, this one's chrome. So the chrome's a little pitted. This is a little nicer. This is chrome too. The bolts are all chrome. It's got a much smaller, weirder little front cable stop. This is gorgeous. Definitely have to lube it some, but I've always thought that something like this would be fun because I could probably pretty easily pop this thing apart and make my own cages out of a little piece of stainless or a little piece of aluminum. Down here, so I can actually fit the compact chainring size. All the problems, all these front derailleurs for bigger road rings, it's hard to get them down low enough for hitting the stay to like fit the compact rings. The shape is completely wrong. Always wanted to make my own front derailleur to see if I can actually get compact stuff to shift better. So it doesn't shift very well. This is gorgeous. I have no idea if it's the right size. I don't even know if I can tell. I'm at 20. I mean, it's kind of like 28, bro. This really might work. Ooh. I'm going to leave this out because I might run over and try and just bolt it on that frame just in case. I just want to know, and I like it. I like it. It's pretty. It's what I want. I probably have the front derailleur somewhere. Let's look at that. What else is in this little bag? A little bag of fun. Clamp on Campanello pump peg. Love it. Love it. Love it. Chrome. A little crusty. Not too bad. And 2 washers and 2 made in Italy crank dust caps. This is a fun bag. This is a fun bag. I like it. Here's another Campy pump peg. It's the big umbrella style. These are cool. I don't know why I have it in this hoard. I don't think it'll fit anything. I mean, maybe I can squeeze this clamp on enough to do 26 as well as 26.8. I mean, maybe. Looks like there's a lot to squeeze in there, but like the top tube cable clamps, you know, like when you have the old style housing all the way down and you have the little clamp, the little screw on the bottom, and always tears your pants. I can't interchange those at all. They're just 26 versus 26 26.4 or 25.4 versus 20. Nope. You have to find the whole French ones for French bikes. You can't just stick some Shimano ones on or whatever. Oh, here's another set of pedals I was thinking about using. These are the old Leotards. I think these are the ones that NPS originally sort of modeled themselves after. They feel crusty, but they're pretty much totally flat except for that little spike and that little spike. So a lot of these pedals are actually made for special shoes that have wood cleats, so the wood would like sit on the ridge, and then you tighten the toe strap down. They weren't made for riding normal shoes. None of this good bike stuff is ever made for normal shoes. They're a little rusty, they're a little crusty, they're chrome, they have the dust caps, other than being just absolutely tiny, and you definitely still need toe cages. They're really cute. These alloy ones I can cut down. Here's another set of Leotards. They have the cool, they're longer, they're double-sided, and have the cool like screw style one. Nice body, they're steel. I probably wouldn't sharpen them, but I think this is a pedal you can just ride even without toe clips. This could just be a city bike pedal. And they're kind of the right amount of rusty and crusty. A little bit of rust, a lot of shiny underneath the rust. I'm not whittling this pedal out at all. Okay, I thought I got these and then I forgot. This is exciting. Oh, this is exciting. Oh, guys. Oh, guys. Forgot all about this. I don't remember where these came from exactly. So this is a very dirty, kind of rusty. It's got the chrome bolts, which is a little bit of rust. That's half dirt. There might be some rust under there. This is a set of the Mayfac tandems. So you can see the difference between the Criterium and the tandem. It's just a longer arm. More brake. Oh, you know what? I think the spring hole goes in the same place. I don't think I knew that. These shorter springs work on the tandem arm. That's crazy. So I guess I thought maybe more spring tension or something. I guess maybe just the longer arm gives them a little bit more leverage. They have some ugly Jaguar post mount pads in them. So one set has the Jaguar pads. Looks the same, has the bolt. The straddle is just an old French shift cable. So you just take a regular shift cable. French is smaller. Take a regular shift cable and run it into the belt grinder just a little bit, and the bench grinder. So it's small enough to fit in. Renee Hirsch sells a Wing Daddy one, a little piece of brass. You can silver braze it on where you want, and that fits in. Or you can just take any old regular shift cable and just boop, boop, boop. Your shift cables you usually didn't destroy the first foot of, so you can use used ones or whatever. They're fine. One pair of that, the other pair is really dirty too, but looks like to clean up pretty well. It just has some really dumb Jaguar pads in it. Oh, mismatched pads, Tektron Jaguar. These must be the brakes that came off of the, I bought that giant French tandem for these brakes. And then I put some long die compounds on. It had TA cranks too, the rest of the stuff was not French. Should have kept all those cranks. Paid $100 for it. Told my friend I'd sell it to him for $3 if you wouldn't let me keep the brakes, or $2 if you would. So I lost $100 sort of, but actually made $100 and got the brakes. So this has all 4 springs. There's at least 2 of the bolts. Oh, that's right. I think it did have 2 of the wrong front bolts. But I don't care. It's the same bolt they use on all the racers and everything, so you can steal them off anything. Oh man. Instead of getting rid of dilemmas, I'm making dilemmas. I think these brakes are worth a lot more than these. Now I want to use them on this bike and clean them up and be hot, but I mean, I'm heavy. I should use these bigger brakes. But I could use those Criteriums, which are worth nothing because they're so rusty. Clean these brakes up and sell them for $100. Or more. I wouldn't sell them for $100. I'd need more. Alright, this might be the original front derailleur. Oh, come on. This is cheap dollar store plastic bags and then tear open. Okay, this is fun. This is also a chromed campy front derailleur with chrome hardware and rusty stuff. It's actually kind of like more chrome and cool. And it's got the front. You know, it's chrome, but like real rusty and crusty. And it's got the bolts. I don't know if this one's actually cooler than this one or not. They're basically exactly the same. Well, at least I got a backup. I really wanted to do this as a one by. I don't know why, but now I'm thinking not so much. Kind of seems fun in the bracelets that are out there. I do have a bunch of new old stock front cable stops and hangers and Mayfac ones. I probably got some kind of crusty one. Oh, that's what I was working on for this bike actually. So this was like it's the cheaper one. It's not as round and pretty. I might find one of those. I drilled this hole out a little bit bigger and dropped in this cool tear-shaped threaded boss and this silver bracelet in. So I might end up using this on the bike. It's got the flat French back thing. I can put a cool barrel adjuster in here. But it's not split, so you can't pull the cable out. Nothing in the old days was. This one's old and chrome and rusty, and it doesn't have a barrel adjuster. It's just a cable stop. And it's very Japanesey style quick release, which I'm not going to need at all. The brakes have it. I don't know. Totally whittling it down to you guys. Totally. I also got this from salvage sales. It looks like some 80s mountain bike, maybe 90s mountain bike thing, but it's really cool. The longer rear cable stop goes through the bolt. It's skinny. It's like a quick release bolt. This is some 90s mountain bike stuff. It's all drillium. I think it's a piece of stainless. I think this is a little stainless stop there. It's either just pressed in or it might be silver brazed in. I cannot tell. Some little shop like Norco or something. They probably made these. You know, they probably stamped the stainless, punched the holes in with like a big punch, and press fit this little stop there. It's like, yeah, this thing's cool. It is cool. Probably not right for this bike. It's so cool though. Save it for a show bike or something there, dude. Ah! Here's another one of the springs. Where'd you come from, bro? Here is another spring. Just make back brakes. From one spring too short to like 20 too many. Here's a normal-ish Mayfac one. It's a little skinny, but it's kind of longer. It doesn't seem as long as usual. I wonder if this is almost like a 3/4 size one. So I use this. It's fun, but this is the one that came on the bike. It matches that front one. It is so crusty and old and peeling. The chrome's coming off a little bit. It looks super cool. It goes on one side of your brake bolt. Single stop, no barrel adjuster, and the quick release lever. It came on the bike. They might be original. I should probably use the. We're almost done with this ridiculous amount of show and tell the parts for this bike. I'm sure the paint's dry by now, so we can do something else fun. And this video's getting too long. I have two other crank options. So this is a really scruffy set of TA Pro 5Ds, missing one ring. Its inner ring's a 38. Yeah, missing one bolt. I have lots of extra TA bolts. It's beat up, it's scruffy, the chain's been dropped on it a zillion times, the inside's got a bunch of chain wear. Bottom bracket was too narrow for whatever bike it was on, bro. It's early, so it's still got like the fake dust caps. This is like a press-in dust cap that they polish after it presses in. So you can knock these right out. It's like cool and weird. It's for the shallow, flat French pedal threads. So if I want to tap these out to English, I can knock these dust caps out from this side with the punch and hammer. And I can run the English taps, which you can do with French cranks. It's really easy to do. They tap out the English real nice, never have a problem. So I got these dirty, rusty, crusty, vintage cranks, and I'm hoping the tapers are good. This is a Sunday salvage sale. This is great, man. This is great. I just still asked like $100 for these, but they threw them in the salvage sale. I think I found one arm in one bin, another one in the other bin. I was so happy. I have an extra really nice single one of these arms I think I found in salvage one day. It doesn't have the other one. This is another set. This one, I think I paid $75 for it. And they're not that much nice shit. They're pretty bright. They're bright and shiny. They're missing the stickers. I have a couple of sets of stickers for them. The TA Pro 5Vs. They have the dust caps. They don't look super worn, but you never know with old cranksmith. They really get them out and test them on some spindles. Really look at them, make sure none of the threads are damaged. I might use these. If I use those prettier brakes, maybe I'll use slightly prettier cranks. Maybe I'll use those strong white cranks cut down. I don't know. These are way less pretty, but they're fun. And they're cheaper. If I do the one buy, that's better. Because these, I still don't have any rings that work. All these rings are huge at Criterion. Should go buy that 40 tooth. I should do the 4035. I should do that. The 4030, brand new rings. I'd have to use these shinier TA cranks for sure. So I can just spend 2 seconds polishing it with just my hand and a rag, and it look nice for the brand new rings. All right, this is the last 2 things. Saddles. I got this one. It is a Challenger Pro. I think it says made in France on it. I think. It's a little scruffy, the old leather, scruffy. It's got the little clampy thing. I don't know why I thought this would be good, but I thought this might be really good for the jeton actually. The ends all grossed up. I got this one at the last swap meet for like $8, and then it's getting worse for wear sitting around. It's got a cute old man sticker on it. Recycled saddles. You know, AOL members at AOL.com. So I think this guy's took old saddles and just put new suede on it and stapled them and glued them. I don't know how suede's gonna hold up. Vintage suede under my pants. It's from AOL.com, so it's at least newer than 96. The redo anyways. This is a fun saddle. This probably would look awesome in the jeton too, but you can't give somebody a suede saddles. Portland dude. I've been holding on to this for a long time. It's a Brooks. It's pretty gross, but it's not really that gross. It's really dry. Someone said you can just soak these in a bucket of water overnight or something, and then you wrap them with one of those big Ace medical bandages, and they'll kind of come back to their shape, and then you can really proof-ride the crap out of them. So it's been on the Brooks for a while. It's got the hammered copper rivets and stuff. If I can bring this back, this is tear. I have one of these on my bike at home right now from the late 60s, and it's starting to tear all the rivets because I'm so heavy and so old. So I thought about this Brooks out of that one. I got this old IDL from a scrap sale from someplace. It is beat to shit. It is missing a rivet. Someone decided to make it more like a Brooks Swift by poorly leather cutting all of it off. I love this saddle. I have no idea how it's going to ride. I'm going to kill it right away. So there's a very good chance. It's really crusty. If I go extra crusty on this build, I definitely use the saddle. Now, yesterday on Instagram, I swear out one more minute. Yesterday on Instagram, I put up the post trying to decide what hubs. I want to use the original no record hubs from 1960 on the bike because they're original match, or use the cooler high flange TPO hubs. And only like 5 or 6 guys. That's a long post. I was trying to weed out all the boring people. Only 5 or 6 guys read the post and answered. They all said TPO. Sort of feels like a crime if I use all this campy stuff. I don't know. It'll be fine. But he's like, hey, I got some French stuff. I'm like, I'm interested. And he's like, I'll sell it to you. I don't really care. It's just sitting around. I'm not using it. He's like, maybe I'll do this for credit or something. I'm like, yes, please. He said he might come by today. It's raining out real bad. It's already like afternoon. Only a couple more hours for him to come, but he had a really pretty looking IDL saddle in there. A really pretty one, and that would definitely change this bike's direction a lot. If not, this one. This one's the one I'm hot on. I'm hot. All these cranks, all these brakes. Poured all this stuff again. And last but not least, these fenders. If you watched that Peugeot video, I did play with these and talk on a little bit. This back fender sits like perfect in that frame. It sits over, it's a little wide here, and this little hole for the bracket's in the wrong spot. I'll put a different bracket over it and up. Long Honjo one. It's got these weird wire stays that I think I'll take off and got some weird vintage Duremas and like a Velo Orange stay or some used. I think off these brass fenders, they have a weird square stay in Durema. This front one fits inside the fork perfectly. It's already dimpled. It's got the cool little lip. It's really short though, man. It's like the Honjo fender sticks up like here comparatively, and down here it's like a foot longer. But it's cool. It's chrome. They sit over these 650B wheels. Nice, like nice. All I gotta do is drill out this weird rivet and get rid of these weird wires. Could use the wires if they're the right length, and they're also beat up. I'd rather use some different used ones. Let's show them off again, and then I'm sure that paint will be dry, and I think the first thing I'm gonna do is mount these fenders. So look at these weird ones. I think someone might have made these, like a weird square one, weird old Duremas. I don't even know what they are. They're old. They're probably French. They're probably pre-Honjo, pre-Velo Orange. All the hardware's here, though it's all on wrong. Oh, those two are different. I don't know. I have a bunch of used vintage ones of these that look cool on this bike. These stays are weird, but I probably got a bunch of stays. I have a bunch of Bella Orange ones, I have a bunch of weird new old stock ones from back in the day that probably were great. They're like too nice. So I'm never going to use these like 3-pound homemade brass fenders, but I do think that I might be able to use this brass to make some head badges out of or something cool, you know? So, like, that's why I grabbed them. For brass. For making things. Get that Gen Green style head badge thing going for my bikes. It'd be cool. Or have like a logo laser etched, or even just carve it in there with like a little. You ever see those lowrider dudes who like carve up all their aluminum and stuff? I want to learn how to do that. It's so cool. Or you like a weird acid etchy thing. I don't know. But this is like, I don't know how much brass this is, but I feel like even at scrap prices, if I took the metal recycling places, it's at least 40, 50 bucks with the brass. So I don't know. It's definitely worth keeping for projects or bike projects. Doing something fun and cool with brass expansion, bro. A little teeny strip, like half that thickness and like this long and that long is like, you know, 20 bucks or something. It's like, dude, it's wild. This went way too long. I don't know if I have room to even do the fenders in the video now, but I'm gonna work on them. Maybe I'll film it when it's done. Thanks for tolerating my absolute insanity with this strong light stuff. God, I could even do something fun. I could use 2 inner rings. I could use this 38 in the inner and one of the weird, older, bigger 45s as an outer or something. That would be fun too. I think the spacing would be wrong. That could be fun. Do a compact double. It's like 45, 38. It's not small enough. I want to play with these cranks. I want to cut this chain ring. I want to make it into a bash cart in 38 and put it all together. I might do that real quick too if no one else shows up. So this video is way too long. Thanks for watching. If not, I'll be back in a minute with some fendering madness. Didn't get as far as I thought I would. I got 2 coats of clear on the bike, the Allegro, between customers and stuff. So I had a few customers. The guy was talking about this stuff on Instagram last night, messaged me and said he had some stuff. It was local. He brought me some stuff. He said he had an extra front one of these hubs in 36 hole, these TPOs, and I need it. I'm gonna go TPO. I'll probably use his front hub and one back one I have. So I've actually got a set and a half. So either way, I needed an extra front hub. Wow. He sent me a picture of this. This is all I've been looking for. Hey, how's it going?
Doing okay.
They gave me the saddle. So the saddle's what I'm really excited about. It's got the chrome IDL clamp. It's an IDL 80, which is my favorite saddle. I've only had one or two years and years and years ago. I got out of old French bikes when I got into frame building, but now I'm back in old French bikes. It needs some proof ride, but it actually looks kind of soft and kind of supple. None of the rivets are tearing yet. It's complete. It's everything I want for this bike. It's a little bit crusty, but not really. Now the dilemma is, do I use this campy seat post that came on it, or try and find a steel 26/6 seat post with the IDL clamp? I'll probably use the campy seat post and just save this for something else. I love it. The little IDL stamped and all the rivets. It's mostly worn out, so you can't really see like the logos and stuff, but it's just the right amount of worn out and old and vintage and cool. He's got a vintage Schwinn sports tour that he's going to bring in. He wants to switch me for some Brazons on it, or swap me for some Brazons. So it's like the sports tour. It like looks like a collegiate or a Schwinn varsity, but it's actually like normal size tubes. It's all 4130 chromoly. It's all fillet brazed, like. But it looks like the cheaper Electro forged ones. It's really cool. They converted to a single speed years and years ago, and they cut the rear derailleur hanger off. Never do that on single speeds. So it's gonna be brazed a new rear derailleur hanger on. I usually just like take an old dropout or a new one and cut the hanger off and file it flat on the hanger and file it flat on the dropout and braze it on the bottom. That's fine. I took a bunch of the Brazons off too, so I might have me add some Brazons. But I'm also like, if you want to keep some of the stuff still clamp on, like, if you want to keep that look, I have all the Sun Tour clamp-ons and stuff. He wants to switch it all to Dior, so we're gonna look for like a. Sounds like he has some stuff like Dior 7-speed, but often I find old vintage mountain bikes in good shape, decent shape all the time, and I buy them just because they have the Dior. Usually the cranks, the triple cranks, the rear derailleurs of the long cage and shift gray. Front derailleurs, the thummies. I love Dior thummies. I put them on almost every bike I convert to upright and cruiser bars or flat bars or whatever. Sure would make the Allegro a lot easier if I could just put a deortho on. I got a bunch of those, but no, I gotta do something weird in French. Yeah. I might have to make my own thumbnail. I might take some Paul ones and just file them down roundabout to make them look vintagey, and it won't look right. I really should just make some and have them chrome. That's ridiculous. I'm not going to have anything chrome for this bike. I mean, worst case, I'll spray with some clear too. Who cares? I'm good. Anyways, this video is probably way too long. My phone's probably breaking. So thanks for watching. And hopefully it only takes me a week or two to recover from my surgery. And I'll be back in here on light duty. So light duty sure feels like overhauling this headset and getting the bottom bracket and cranks on. I can do the fenders. Got all that. So I got all the frame mods and fork bending done today. I have to use my body and leverage. I want to get everything pretty much as gentle as possible. So I'll have some light duty stuff to work on. Hopefully. Do some tune-ups or something. Thanks for watching.